Armas. All right, so let's move on to our next film, man. And this film, which we shortened the title to Ballerina, is literally called From the World of John Wick, Ballerina. I love that title. This is an action thriller directed by Len Wiseman and written by Shay Hatton. It is the 5th installment in the John Wick franchise, and it is a sidequel. I've never heard of this phrase before. A sidequel set, listen to this, a sidequel to the John Wick Chapter 3 Parabellum and set before the events of Chapter 4. So between Parabellum and Chapter 4 is this story from the world of John Wick Ballerina. It stars Ana de Armas as the ballerina assassin Eve, alongside Gabriel Byrne, Catalina Sandino Moreno, and Norman Reedus. And among those reprising their roles from the previous film are Angelica Houston, and in his final screen appearance, Lance Reddick, Ian McShane, and Keanu Reeves is in this, right? Now,
and you know, when I watched it, I was like, isn't he dead?
No.
Like,
this is a sidequel.
Wait a minute.
Between. Hey. All right, so let's get into this one, man. So, the one thing I found appealing about this is that instead of giving us this character of Eve, we get Eve's backstory, right? Yeah. And I think what I dug about the film was that we don't just see Eve, you know, like in a way, because John Wick, we never watched John Wick training.
Right.
In the, what is it called? The Russian, what is it called?
The Ruska Roma.
Thank you. We never see John Wick train in the Ruska Roma. We just know that he's like one of the baddest dudes. Matter of fact, he is the baddest dude that ever came out of there. We know that, right? He's John Wick, right? But we watch her character go through the training. First, she's a ballerina. She's trying, that's that great scene where she's trying some dance, and she must try like 7 times, and she keeps busting her butt. And Angelica Houston goes, again.
And you know what's funny is because we saw that in John Wick.
We did, right? But we didn't understand
we didn't know
it was her.
Happening. It was her.
So along with that training, she's also getting her assassin training. So I like in the screenplay that we actually see her doing all these things in preparation for who she will become, right? There's also this fantastic stuff that they do where they take the John Wick footage that we've already seen from another angle. So like, John, all of this over a puppy? Yes. It's over a puppy. So that was fun. But but again, without tipping you off if you haven't seen the film yet, John Wick is a bad man, right? And it's so bad.
Who hasn't seen John Wick?
No, but I'm just saying, I'm talking about seeing this version of the film. Okay. Because when John Wick shows up, the reaction, hey man, run! John Wick is here, run! which is correct. If I was there, I'd be like, hey, I'm not messing with John Wick. So there's exchange, which I thought was really funny because it's like, I guess you never watched a John Wick movie before. You gonna fight John Wick? Like really?
Really?
You really can't beat John. And John knows you can't beat him either. So he's like, yeah, stop it, enough.
Stop. Come on.
But again, I think, see, for me, it worked. I know it was mixed among our community when people came out of the screening. It worked for me. I'm not saying it's John Wick. It's a different flavor of it, but I think it's immersed enough in the story to make it watchable. Even though if you're going in with the expectation that Ana de Armas is going to be Keanu Reeves, it's a very different. She handles it differently. Yeah. But I like her story, and I think that we could actually take her story and kind of like build on it. Mm-hmm. What are you thinking?
I totally agree. I'm going to flex my divinity degree a little bit here.
Here it comes.
There's a tattoo on the back of Ana de Armas in the film that says Lux and Tenebris, which is Roman for light and darkness, which is taken from the Gospel of John, chapter 4, where he says the light shines upon the world, and the world comprehendeth not, speaking of Jesus Christ.
Correct.
And And so we kind of get an idea of who she is in this film, in that she is a protector, a savior, and so we get this idea of her. And we've had the discussion about Keanu Reeves' character being a Messiah-like person.
Right.
This is the real protector, light in this darkness. And when we get into the film, there's a world she gets into that's very dark, and she's the light in the midst of it, trying to save these people. So I was very impressed about how they wove that into the film.
Well, I'm going to wrap this and just pretty much say I'm going to get a bit of B. I like the movie. I found it to be very watchable. I love the ways that the writers figure out different ways to kill people. I just like, and some of it was so unnecessary. I was like, dude, 1 or 2 bullets would have got the job done. We didn't need 8 or 9, but I was entertained. Like, are you entertained? Yes, I am.
I'm going to go kind of counter to what you're saying here, because I unfortunately, like you said, she's not John Wick, and I kind of went into this film expecting John Wick-ish kind of stuff, and it's not. There are times when they do some creative things, but if you're looking for John Wick fighting style and all that stuff, it's not here. It's a really different movie out of that genre, and so I was kind of disappointed at first blush, and so I would have given it a B, but I'm going to take it to a B minus. Okay. Because I kind of expected more, and it didn't get everything that I wanted, but it's still a good movie.